YouTube. So this is going to be my labour and delivery video. I've got a few notes to try help me remember because it was quite a while ago, but I remember pretty much everything anyway. So it was July the 21st? Yeah, July the 21st. During the day I had back contractions for quite some time, but they were just like every half an hour or so, so I thought they were just Braxton Hicks because I just had so many of them and I was just giving up hope. Oh, and by this time I was 5 days overdue, so I was just really wanting her out. So yeah, I had contractions all day, but I just thought they were Braxton Hicks, and I went out to dinner with a friend, and that's when I started to think I was in labour because I was getting them every 10 minutes and they were getting more and more painful, but I didn't want to get my hopes up, so I just kind of ignored it and I went home. So that was about 7 PM, the contractions were at 10 minutes apart. And then I hung out with my friend for a little while at my house, and at about 9 o'clock they started being every 5 minutes, lasting about 30 seconds long, maybe 20 seconds. And that's when I texted my midwife and I told her that I was having contractions every 5 minutes, and she didn't text me back for a whole hour, and then she told me to text her when they were 3 minutes apart, but by that time they were already 3 minutes apart, so this was about 10 or 11 o'clock at night, I think about 10:30, and so I texted her saying that they were 3 minutes apart already and that they were lasting between a minute and 90 seconds long and they were really painful. She said, okay, I'll be over in half an hour, because she wanted to examine me at my house first to make sure I actually was in labour, even though I freaking was. And 2 hours later she came, 2 hours, and then when she came she said, oh sorry, I was at a 21st. I couldn't believe it, like, what the fuck, I was in labour and she was just partying at a 21st. I was so pissed off. But anyway, she checked me and I was 3 centimetres dilated and 100% effaced and definitely in labour. So she said she'd meet me at the hospital, so I got all my stuff together that I had already packed anyway, and I went up to the hospital, and by this time it's about like, I think it was 10 to 1 or 1 AM, close to that. It was quite late. So we got to the hospital and they put me straight to a room, a delivery room, and I asked to go in the pool. So I went into the pool and I went in there for about maybe half an hour, but it was really hot, and I'm sure it was crazy hot, but they were definitely stopping my contractions, so I didn't want to just suddenly go out of labour, so I stopped and I got out of the bath or the pool and went back into my room. And then at about 4 AM the contractions were just getting so unbearable, and I was so tired, and my mum was sleeping and my sister was sleeping and I was just wide awake in pain. So I asked for some pethidine and they gave me a shot of pethidine through an IV drip, and I pretty much fell like straight to sleep. It took away all the pain, but it did kind of stop my labour for that time. But I slept until 7 AM and I woke up, and I woke up because the contractions started again, which was good because I didn't want to like stop going into labour. So kept going on that. They checked me at like, I think it was 7 or 8 in the morning, and I was still 3 centimetres dilated. I hadn't progressed at all, and then they were just giving me like gas and air, which was not working. It just made me feel like I was high. It didn't take away the pain, I just felt all spaced out and I didn't like it at all. I hated it. So what happened? I think they just kept checking me again, like they didn't really do much. I was just kind of sitting there for ages, and they came and checked me every couple of hours, I think, and they checked me at, I think it was 9 o'clock, and they said I was 4 centimetres dilated. But by this time I'd been in labour for quite a long time and I wasn't progressing fast enough at all. So they said if I hadn't progressed to, I think it was like 5 or 6 centimetres by 12 o'clock, they were going to induce me. So I just continued with the pain, and I got like my mum to put heat packs on my back because I was getting them all on my back. It was so horrible, like the pain was just unbearable. At one point I just wished I could just chop off my back. It was that bad, like, it was so painful. And so I wasn't even using the gas near because I didn't like it, so I was pretty much on nothing. I had the pethidine for that little bit of sleep, but other than that I had nothing up until this point. And 12 o'clock came and I hadn't progressed at all, so they said they were going to induce me and that the pain was only going to get like 3 times worse. So I was like screaming for an epidural, like I was like, give me an epidural now, like get the guy. And then the midwife said to me that he was about to go do a cesarean and I would have to wait an hour, and I was like, fuck no. I was like, you go get that guy right now, like I cannot last another hour with like this pain. So luckily the guy managed to come to me first and quickly give me the epidural, and he was like telling me all the risks, I guess, and I wasn't even listening. I was just in my own little world. Like, I was so spaced out. Everything was blurry and it was just crazy madness. Like, the pain was just so intense. So they asked if I had any questions and I asked if I was going to be paralysed, and then I said, wait, no, I don't care, just put it in, because it was that painful. I just wanted the pain to go away. It was just so unbearable. And so they gave me the epidural. It didn't hurt at all. They gave me a shot, a numbing shot, like in my back, and like that was only like a little pinch, and then they put the epidural in, and I had asked if they'd started yet because I didn't even feel anything, and my mum said, you know, they've already finished it, Candace, and I was like, oh, okay. And so I had that, and that was at like 12 o'clock, and by 3 o'clock, yeah, it was 3 o'clock, I was like, I know, I was feeling different, and I was just like, I need to get checked, like, someone needs to check me, like, please check me now. And, oh, but before this, sorry, I keep skipping parts, because I just keep forgetting stuff. Before this, like, I was lying on one side, and so the epidural would all go to that side, and then I'd start feeling contractions in the other side of my back, and because I'm numb from, like, here down, I couldn't move my legs, like, I couldn't feel them, I couldn't move them. It was so bizarre, like, it was the weirdest feeling ever. And so I had to get 3 midwives and my mum to flip me over onto the other side because I just couldn't move. And, like, I remember before when I was pregnant and I was talking about my labour, I was like, no one's going to see me naked, like, only my midwife can see down there, and, like, no, nothing, like, I was going to be so discreet about it. When it came to it, I didn't even fucking care. I was just like, whatever, like, I had one of those gowns with the open back because I had the epidural, so my butt was just freaking showing because they took off my undies. Oh, they broke my water a while back too, I forgot that. Sorry. I think it was when I was, yeah, it was at 9 o'clock, and when I was 4 centimeters dilated, and they broke my water for me, and that was nothing. It didn't even, nothing trickled out or anything. It was just weird. I don't know, it was like nothing happened. Anyway, so going back to like 3 o'clock, yeah, I got them to check me, and the lady said, oh my goodness, I can't feel your cervix at all, and I was just so out of it, I didn't even realise what that meant. And then I asked her, and she said, that means you're fully dilated, you can start pushing. And I was like, oh my gosh. But by this time, my midwife had gone home for a nap because she was so tired because she was up all night with me. And so she'd gone home, and I was like ready to have this baby, and she had just gone home. So they were like frantically calling her, trying to get her back up so she could deliver the baby. And so they got me to do some practice pushes, which was fine, but then the epidural started wearing off, and so I went and I was like, give me a top up, like just give me a top up of the epidural, like, and the lady was like, no, you can't, like, you won't be able to push, you won't know when to push. And I was like, I know when to push, like, just give me an epidural top up. And so they finally gave in after me yelling at them for like 10 minutes, and they gave me another epidural top up. And then I fell asleep for 2 hours, and I woke 2.5 hours, and I woke up at 5:30. My midwife was still not here, and I was like, yeah, I'm ready, like, let's get this baby out. And so I started doing the pushes again, and 5 minutes later the epidural started wearing off, and I was like, just give me an epidural top up, just do it. And nah, they were like, no, you just have to push through the pain, like, she's so close, like, her head's right there. And I was like, no, I can't do it. And I did it, and after only like 15 minutes of pushing. She was born at 5:58 p.m. and she was 7 pounds 7 ounces. Yeah, it was crazy. Like, I think the most painful part was that, and then afterwards, like, no one told me that I was still going to have contractions and how much it hurt to get the placenta out. Like, it was crazy. And like, they put her straight on me, like skin to skin, and she was just like pooping everywhere, like pooping on me, and they like did nothing about it. And I was like, I didn't even really care. And then they had to take her away to do like her injections and check her over and check her weight. And no, what are you doing? Sorry. Yeah, so they took her away, and then they checked me, and I had a 2-degree tear, and I had 20 stitches. I think most of them were internally. I only have like a couple like externally, so I don't know. It was quite painful at first, but other than that it was fine. But yeah, it was crazy. Like, I was home within 12 hours after having her because all of the birthing centres were booked out, and everyone was just chocker because apparently everyone wanted to give birth on the same day as I did. So yeah, it was crazy. Like, the first couple nights was so hard. I had like no sleep because I was in labour, and then the next night she just woke up every hour and trying to breastfeed, so it was crazy. But I'll show you her. I just grabbed it. Hello. Hi. Here she is. This is Ivy. Say hello. And I think you done a poo. You done a poo? Yeah. She's 3 months and 2 weeks. So she's 4 months on the 22nd of November. Yeah. So this is her. Oh! She loves to stand up. Mommy, look at the camera. Oh! Hello. Say hello. You're so cute. Hi. Okay, well, just ask any questions. Like, I have so many videos I need to catch up on. Like, do you guys want me to do a video about updating her or my postpartum? Just comment and let me know. Yeah, okay, bye.